Over 60, and tired of tossing and turning all night? You lie down, pull the blanket over you, close your eyes, and you want to drift off. But instead, your mind is still awake. You roll over, you stare at the ceiling, you check the clock, 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m. And when morning comes, it feels like you've hardly slept at all. Does that sound familiar? Now here's the question that might surprise you. What if the very thing you drink before bed, something you've been told your whole life is good for you, is actually one of the reasons you're not getting the deep, peaceful sleep your body craves? You see, poor sleep isn't just a small annoyance. For people over 60, it's not simply about being a little tired the next day. It can affect your memory, your mood, your heart health, even how steady you feel when you stand up. Every night of good sleep is like giving your body a chance to repair itself, keep your mind sharp, and give you that spark to enjoy your day. And when you miss it night after night, it slowly chips away at your energy, your patience, and your overall health. But here's the good news. Sometimes, it only takes one small, simple change to start sleeping better than you have in years. I'm talking about swapping out that harmless-looking glass of water, or whatever your current bedtime drink is, for something much more powerful, something that works with your body, not against it. And today, I'm going to share exactly what that drink is. It's not a pill. It's not expensive. It's not some magic powder you have to buy online. In fact, you probably already have the ingredients at home. And when you make this change, you might just fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up actually feeling rested, like you did decades ago. But before we get started, I want you to do something for me. If you're ready to sleep like you did in your 30s, without the frustration, without the endless tossing and turning, type "I'm here" in the comments so I know you're with me. And make sure you subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Tips, because every day, we share practical, down-to-earth advice to help you feel stronger, healthier, and more in control of your life after 60. Alright, let's dive in. I knew a man in his 70s, George. George was healthy for his age. He took his morning walks, kept a tidy garden, and even volunteered at the local library. But every night, without fail, he would wake up 2, sometimes 3, even 4 times. He'd lay back down, hoping to fall asleep again, but by the time he did, it was nearly morning. He thought it was just getting old. But after talking with his doctor, he discovered something surprising. The very habit he thought was helping his health was quietly sabotaging his sleep. You see, George believed that drinking 2 big glasses of water before bed was a good thing. He'd read somewhere that staying hydrated at night could help flush out toxins. But what it really did, was send him on a nightly parade to the bathroom. Here's why this happens. As we age, our bodies go through subtle but important changes. Our bladders become more sensitive. The muscles that control them aren't quite as strong as they used to be. And to make matters worse, our bodies produce less of a special hormone, vasopressin, that tells our kidneys to slow down urine production while we sleep. That means your bladder is more likely to fill up, even if you only drink a small amount late in the evening. So when you drink plain water right before bed, especially large amounts, you're almost guaranteeing a bathroom trip at 2 a.m. And once you're up, fully awake, and maybe even a little unsteady from being groggy, it's much harder to slip back into that deep, healing sleep your body desperately needs. Now, here's where many people get it wrong. They think, well, hydration is important, so I'll just keep drinking water up until bedtime. And yes, hydration is important. But it's not just about how much you drink, it's about when you drink it. If you want better sleep, the trick is to shift most of your fluid intake earlier in the day. Drink plenty in the morning. Keep sipping through the afternoon. And by evening, start tapering down. That way, your body has time to process and filter what you've already taken in, without filling your bladder when you're supposed to be sleeping. And if you do get thirsty at night, you don't have to go completely without. There's a better option, something far more sleep-friendly than plain water. Something that doesn't just quench your thirst, but also tells your body it's time to relax, unwind, and drift into deep rest. And that's where the real magic begins, when you replace that late-night water with the right bedtime drink. Margaret was 68 years old. Sweet lady. Always smiling, always ready with a story about her grandchildren. But there was one thing she couldn't figure out, why she woke up almost every single night at 2 a.m., staring into the dark, feeling restless. She tried counting sheep, she tried reading, she even tried changing her mattress. But nothing seemed to help. One day, during a conversation at her local senior group, someone mentioned that instead of drinking plain water before bed, they switched to a warm, natural drink. Margaret was curious but skeptical. Still, she decided to give it a try. She swapped her bedtime water for a steaming cup of chamomile tea. Not the kind loaded with sugar or artificial flavors, just pure, gentle chamomile. And something incredible happened. Within a week, she was sleeping 6. Sometimes 7 hours straight without waking once. She said it felt like her body had finally remembered how to rest. There's a reason this worked for her, and it's not magic. Drinks like warm chamomile tea, tart cherry juice, or golden milk, also known as a turmeric latte, are more than just comforting. They contain compounds that work with your body's natural sleep processes. Chamomile, for instance, has apigenin, a natural antioxidant that binds to certain receptors in your brain, helping reduce anxiety and promoting sleepiness. Tart cherry juice is one of the few natural sources of melatonin, the hormone your brain produces to regulate sleep cycles. And golden milk? It combines warm milk, turmeric, and sometimes cinnamon, all of which have anti-inflammatory properties, helping to relax muscles and soothe the body before bed. These drinks are especially powerful for aging bodies. As we get older, our natural melatonin levels decline. That's why it often feels harder to fall asleep or stay asleep after 60. But by gently boosting those levels with the right drink, you're helping your body do what it's already designed to do: rest, repair, and restore itself overnight. Now, here's the big misconception. Many people think the only solution to chronic insomnia is sleeping pills. And while medication has its place in certain cases, relying on it long-term can come with side effects: morning grogginess, dependence, even dizziness that increases your risk of falling. Nature, on the other hand, has given us gentle, safe sleep aids right in our kitchens. They don't knock you out, they guide you into sleep naturally. If you want to try this yourself, make it a little ritual. Choose your drink, prepare it about 30 to 45 minutes before bed, and sip it slowly. Let the warmth, the aroma, and the quiet moments signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. Maybe dim the lights, turn off the TV, and play some soft music while you drink. You'll be surprised how much your body responds to this kind of consistency. But remember, the drink is just one part of the equation. Because just as important as what you do drink before bed, is what you don't drink. A close friend of mine, lovely woman named Helen, had a nightly ritual she swore by. Every evening, about an hour before bed, she would make herself what she called her relaxing cup of hot cocoa. She believed it was her little comfort, the perfect way to unwind before slipping under the covers. And for years, she never questioned it. But one day, after yet another night of restless tossing and turning, she mentioned her cocoa habit to her doctor. That's when she learned something surprising: her innocent bedtime drink was secretly keeping her mind buzzing well into the night. Why? Because chocolate, yes, even in cocoa, contains caffeine. Not as much as a cup of coffee, but enough to keep your brain alert when it should be powering down. You see, caffeine is a tricky thing. It doesn't just disappear from your system after an hour or two. For most people, it stays active in the body for 6 to 8 hours. That means if you drink coffee at 4 p.m., a cup of strong tea at 5 p.m. Or even a little cocoa in the evening, that caffeine could still be affecting you when you're lying in bed at midnight, wondering why you can't switch off. And caffeine isn't the only culprit. Sugar can be just as sneaky. Think about what happens when you drink a sweet soda, fruit juice with added sugar, or even sweetened hot drinks late at night. That sugar gives you a quick burst of energy, sometimes without you even realizing it. Your blood sugar rises, your body perks up, and you might feel temporarily warm and cozy. But here's the problem: a few hours later, your blood sugar drops. And that drop can trigger your body to wake you up, often with a racing heart, restlessness, or the sudden urge to get up and snack. Here's where many people make a mistake. We often blame age for our poor sleep. We tell ourselves, "Oh, it's just because I'm older, this is normal." But sometimes, it's not age at all. It's just the choices we're making in the evening without realizing their impact. A simple change in your late-day drink habits could be the difference between lying awake and sleeping soundly. So here's my advice: after late afternoon, say around 6 p.m., start cutting off anything with caffeine or excess sugar. That means no coffee, no black or green tea, no soda, no energy drinks, and yes, even that seemingly harmless cup of cocoa. Switch to naturally caffeine-free, unsweetened options in the evening so your body can truly relax. Once you know what to avoid, you can make the most of your sleep-enhancing drink, letting it do exactly what it's meant to do, help you drift off peacefully and stay in deep, uninterrupted rest. Evelyn was one of those people who could never remember the last time she had a truly good night's sleep. She'd tell me, "I fall asleep just fine, but it's staying asleep that's the problem." She'd wake up at least 3 or 4 times, sometimes with muscle cramps in her legs, other times with her mind racing for no reason at all. She tried changing her bedtime, she tried all the usual tricks, no electronics, calming music, but nothing seemed to make a lasting difference. Then, during a routine checkup, her doctor decided to run some blood tests. And that's when they found it: Evelyn's magnesium levels were far lower than they should have been. Now, magnesium isn't something most of us think about every day. But it plays a huge role in how our bodies relax, especially our muscles and our nervous system. It's like nature's built-in, calm down button. Without enough of it, your body might have a harder time switching from alert mode to rest mode. That's why low magnesium can be linked to trouble falling asleep, restless legs, and even waking up in the middle of the night feeling tense or anxious. The truth is, as we get older, our bodies can have a harder time absorbing magnesium from food. And certain medications, like diuretics or heart medicines, can cause us to lose more of it through urine. So even if you eat relatively well, you might still not be getting enough. This is where the right drink can make all the difference. Magnesium-rich drinks, like a warm cup of unsweetened almond milk, are naturally calming. Almonds are a good source of magnesium, and when you warm the milk slightly, it not only feels soothing but also helps relax your body in preparation for sleep. You can also find magnesium-fortified beverages, or even a small pinch of magnesium powder designed for drinking. Just be sure to check with your doctor before starting anything new. Here's the thing most people get wrong: they think the only way to fix a deficiency is to pop a supplement pill. And while supplements can be helpful for some, food and drink sources can be just as effective, sometimes even more so, because they come packaged with other nutrients that work together in your body. So, if you're serious about better sleep, consider adding a magnesium-rich drink to your evening routine. Pair it with the other habits we've talked about, avoiding caffeine and sugar, choosing a calming bedtime drink. And you're setting yourself up for a night where your body finally lets go of the tension it's been holding all day. Now, let's tie all of this together with a nightly drink that's a true game-changer for deep, uninterrupted sleep. Harold was never one for fancy health routines. He was a simple man, retired carpenter, loved fishing, loved his evening crossword puzzle. But he also had a problem. No matter what he drank before bed, even the calming herbal teas we talked about earlier, he still woke up in the night. One evening, his daughter suggested something different. She told him, "Dad, it's not just what you drink, it's how you end your day." Harold wasn't sure what she meant, but he agreed to give her idea a try. So here's what he did. About an hour before bedtime, Harold dimmed the lights in his living room. Not completely dark. Just soft enough so his eyes could start adjusting to a calmer environment. He turned off the television, put his phone aside, and let the house get quiet. Then he made himself his warm bedtime drink, a simple cup of chamomile tea, and sat in his favorite chair by the window. While he sipped, he played soft, instrumental music in the background. Nothing loud, nothing distracting, just something gentle enough to let his mind wander. And as the tea warmed his hands and filled his body with comfort, Harold felt something he hadn't felt in years. His thoughts began to slow down. His breathing became deeper. His shoulders dropped from their usual tightness. And over the next few weeks, Harold realized something remarkable. His body had started to recognize this as a sleep signal. The moment he began that routine, it was as if his brain was already halfway to sleep before his head even touched the pillow. There's a reason this works so well. Our bodies love routine. In fact, your nervous system thrives on it. When you repeat the same calming steps every night, your brain starts to associate those actions with rest. It's like training your body to know, okay, it's safe to relax now. And when you pair your calming bedtime drink with a consistent ritual, dim lights, reduce noise, slow movements, you're giving your body the perfect environment to slip into deep, restorative sleep. Here's the common mistake people make. They think the drink alone will do all the work. But the truth is, the drink is just one piece of the puzzle. Without the right environment, your body might still be holding on to stress and stimulation from the day, making it harder to fully unwind. So here's a simple 3-step wind down you can try starting tonight. Firstly, dim the lights about an hour before bed. This tells your brain to start producing melatonin, the natural hormone that helps you sleep. Secondly, reduce noise and overstimulation. Turn off the TV, silence notifications, and choose something calming, soft music, gentle stretching, or quiet conversation. Thirdly, sip your drink slowly. Don't rush it. Let every swallow be a signal to your body that the day is ending and rest is coming. Because here's the thing, deep sleep isn't just about waking up feeling rested. It's about preserving your health, your memory, your mood, and yes, your independence. The more nights of quality sleep you give yourself, the more energy and clarity you'll have to truly enjoy the life you've built. It's heartbreaking when your days start to blur together, not because life has lost its beauty, but because you're simply too tired to truly live them. You wake up groggy, your body feels heavy, and even the things you used to enjoy, morning walks, reading in the afternoon sun, sharing a laugh with friends, start to feel like a chore. The truth is, sleep is the foundation of vitality. And as we move through our 60s, 70s, and beyond, it becomes even more essential. It's during deep sleep that your body repairs itself, your immune system strengthens, and your brain organizes memories so you can stay sharp and alert. Without it, everything else begins to crumble: energy, mood, balance, even your confidence in facing each day. But here's the beautiful part: insomnia, restlessness, or those frustrating midnight awakenings don't have to be your new normal. Instead of feeling helpless about sleepless nights, you now have a gentle, natural tool to reclaim them. And it's not complicated. It's not expensive. It's not risky. It's as simple as choosing the right evening drink, creating a calming environment, and giving your body permission to rest. Imagine this: tonight, instead of a glass of plain water or something sugary, you prepare a warm, soothing cup of chamomile tea, golden milk, or magnesium-rich almond milk. You dim the lights, turn off the noise, and let the warmth in your hands and the aroma in the air tell your mind, it's safe now. The day is done. You take each sip slowly, letting it be a moment of peace, a signal to your body that the worries of the day can wait until tomorrow. And when you finally lay your head on the pillow, your breathing deepens, your muscles loosen, and you drift into the kind of sleep that carries you gently until morning. Even small changes, like this, can lead to big improvements. You don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle. You don't have to spend hundreds on sleep gadgets. All you need is a little consistency, a little patience, and the belief that you deserve to wake up ready for life. Because you do. You deserve mornings where you open your eyes and feel truly refreshed. You deserve the energy to go for that walk, to laugh without feeling exhausted, to remember the stories you want to tell your grandchildren. And it all starts tonight. With one small choice. With one warm cup. With one quiet, beautiful moment you give yourself before bed. Let's take a moment to remember what we've learned today. We talked about why drinking plain water right before bed might actually wake you up in the middle of the night. We explored calming, natural drinks, like chamomile tea, tart cherry juice, golden milk, and magnesium-rich almond milk, that can help your body slip into deeper, more restorative sleep. We uncovered the beverages to avoid after 6 p.m. Coffee, certain teas, sodas, and even that innocent-looking hot cocoa that can keep your mind buzzing. We discovered how magnesium can be the hidden nutrient your body is craving. And we saw how pairing your drink with a peaceful bedtime ritual can make all the difference. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Which drink will you try tonight? Will you go for the soothing chamomile, the antioxidant-rich cherry juice, or perhaps create your own unique bedtime blend? Or maybe you already have a secret bedtime recipe that's been your trusted sleep companion for years. Share it in the comments, I'd love to hear your wisdom. Your experience might just help someone else sleep better tonight. If this video has helped you, if it's given you even one new idea to try, then I'd love for you to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Tips. So you won't miss the simple, practical, and natural ways we share to keep your body, mind, and spirit thriving, especially after 60. And if you think this video could help a friend or loved one, send it their way. We never know whose night, and whose life, we might change with a little knowledge and care. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, you deserve peaceful nights and vibrant days. So rest well, live fully, and I'll see you in the next video.